name is Farrell, and I'm teaching you how to play the song Music by Witchfinder General. This is a photo of Kiss. Anyways, the song is actually not that hard. This is a beginner-friendly tutorial. The solo is hard. It's, but something you can pick up on as a beginner. But the main riffs and the meat of the song, the stuff that's like the main riffs and everything, those aren't that hard, so I can teach them to you. Here's an example. The song basically has three parts, main parts, outside of the solo and the bridge, and I'll do that at the end, and you can, make that as a challenge if you get through the rest of it easy. The first riff is the chorus riff, actually, and all you need to know how to do is play a power chord. One trick, and I'll show you how to do that. Power chord is you take two fingers. It can either be, usually it's your index finger, and either this finger, your ring finger, or your pinky finger. And the way you do it is you place one finger kind of down where the fret is, and the thumb on the other side, kind of in the middle. So it's like you're pinching the guitar, and you're putting it on the fret. So we're going to do here, an important note for this song is I've taken the guitar, and I've tuned every string 4 notes lower. So instead of being an E tuning, where it's E, A, D, G, B, E, it's in C. It's the exact same shapes, anything you're used to if you already know power chords, if you already know things like that, if you already know some other tricks and things, everything you do in normal E standard tuning is going to work in normal C standard tuning. It's just going to be 4 notes lower. So instead of this being an E chord, it's a C chord. So likewise, this would normally be the 5th fret on your E string, your lowest string on a 6-string guitar, would normally be an A power chord. Here it's technically an F, but because all the shapes are the same, I just think about it like it's an A. I think, and that's missing out on the point. The real point is, you want to take your hands like this and pinch it. You want to take your finger and you're trying to get your index finger going straight in like this. Your thumb might be flat like that, like when you're hitting the guitar, like boom, boom. But your finger, you want it to be like pointing. You want your index finger to be like nabbing it, like. So put your thumb on one side, right? And then you go to the next string, and you do the exact same thing. And so now because I have 2 fingers, I'm going to move my thumb to be in between them. So I can kind of have both fingers pinching the string, right? And what I'm doing is this shape where it's 5th fret, or the first dot, or the 2nd dot here, right? And then the next dot on the next string. That's the only thing you need to know. That's all you need to know. You need to just practice that, right? And then with your right hand, here's how you hold a pick. I know this is total beginners. If you already know this stuff, skip to the beginning of just the riff. But this is a pick, and any pick, a thick pick, a thin pick, doesn't really matter. You take the pick, and you kind of want to be able to think about, like, I'm going to do a fist, like a sock puppet, like, rah, 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 rah. He's talking to you. You put some eyes on him. And you take your pick, and you go right there, right? And so what we're going to do here is, you're going to take that pick, and you're going to have your thumb pointing that way. What you're going to do is, you're going to take the pick, and you're going to put it so that it's facing down. Your thumb is facing straight forward, your pick's facing down. Then, you're going to take your hand, you're going to turn it this way. So when you're hitting the guitar, you're doing this. And what you want to do is, you want to hit the 2 strings we're going to hit. So here, we take the shape where it was 5 on the low string, and the next string we're playing the 7th fret. So we're going, and then we're going up 2, and then up a string. So we have 5 on the E string, though it's actually the C string. We have 5 on your lowest string, and then we have 7 on the next string. That's a power chord. Now that you know that, the rest of the song is straightforward. The chorus is this. And there's a couple different ways to play it. You can debate. You can move the chords, because you can play these chords on different strings, right? For instance, I could play 5 and 7 here, or I could play 0 and 2 here on the next 2 strings. And notice I'm only hitting the 2 strings that I actually want to sound. I only want these 2 strings to sound. So I'm not going all the way, I'm not doing this. I'm just hitting these two strings. And so, likewise, here, I'm just going to say the position of the lowest note, and just remember, you're always going to have your pinky or your ring finger adding the second note. Anyways, I'm going to say the lowest number of the chord. So here, it's 5 on the E string, and then it's 0 on the E string, so that'd be just 0, 2. 0 on the E string, 2 on the next string. So it'd be 5, 0, and then you go up a string, and you go 3, 2. Okay, so it's 5, 0, 3, 2, 3, and then you go back down 3, 3, 5, 5. Or wait, 5, 3, 5. There we go. So it's 5, 0, and then it's 3, 2, 3 on the next string, and then you go back down the string for 2 hits on the 3rd fret, and then you go 5, 3, 5 on the next string. So 5, 0, and then you go 3, 2, 3, and then you go back down a string, 3, 3, 3, 3, and then you go up, and this is the end of that riff. 5, 3, 3, so 5, 0, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 0, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 5, 3, 5, 5, 0. And if you're just playing the lowest notes, that's what I'm saying. And so if you're starting out, if you really are just starting out, right, you're going to want to, I would recommend, start by just getting those notes, just getting the notes and just hitting the one string. Because once you have that and you're comfortable going, and you can kind of get some speed, you can work from, like once you can do that, it's easier to add. And so the only difference is you play, the first time you play, and then here you just do, instead of 5, 3, 5, you just do 5, 5. So the chorus altogether is. And now we get to the next part, the verse. Once again, we have our main riff to use, our main power chord. So we hit 5 again on the lowest string. And so here you can see it's a power chord 5, and then you wait a while, and then you do 2 hits on 3, just shifting back 2 frets, still on the lowest string. So 5 on the lowest string, and then 2 hits, 3 on the lowest string, and then kind of quick, you have to go up to 2 hits. So you go 5 on the lowest string, 2 hits of 3 on the lowest string, and then 2 hits of 5 immediately after on the next string up. Or instead of playing it here, you can just go to the 10th fret up here, still on the same string. So you can either go but the idea being that you're going to take this shape and you're going to do 2 hits, 2 hits, and then you go back to that same spot, and then you do 2 hits, and then this time you go, you don't even have to do the whole chord, you just do 1 note each. So 5 or 10, then 8, or if you like being here, you can go 5, 5, then 3 on the next string, which is what I do because it's easier because it's right there already. So it's... So the first time you hit 5 here, then you hit 3 twice, then you go up and you hit 5 twice. Second time you go 5, and then you go 3 twice, and then you literally keep your finger here, but on the A string, on the next string up, you go. And so you're just hitting the one note. And then you go back to here. And then there's the pre-chorus, which is... And then it goes back to that chorus. So I kind of smudged it together. We make it for clarity's sake. It's, you do 5, 3, 2, 0. And then you just hit the bottom string. And what we're doing here is called palm muting. You do this thing where you're just hitting the string. And you have your palm, instead of your palm being above the guitar, your palm is resting on the strings. So that if I did stuff here, it's not really ringing out, but if I lift my hand up, but if I put my palm to mute it, you're not really hearing the same thing. But if I go, so similarly here, if I just go on the lowest string, if I put my palm kind of above the first pickup or just somewhere on here, that's called palm muting. So we go, with the power chords, we go 5, 3, 2, 0, and then we wait kind of a little bit of a second, and then we go, then we do it again. But actually, wait, so yeah, so it goes. And then we do it again, but this time we do something different. You can do 2 hits after. And you don't even need a palm mute on them. Really, it doesn't matter that much. And then you go. So 5, 3. So. So what I would do is I would do 2 hits of 5 on the second string, and then one hit on the low string, and then I would hit 3 power chord on the second string. And so, once again, you can practice all this with just one note. You don't need to play all the power chords if you're trying to work on it. Or you could play it up here. So I'm trying to show you there's options. And there's lots of places you can play it. Also, you can play... No, that one doesn't... I don't like that. I'm not doing that. But you can get creative. Likewise, instead of... And so then you go back to the chorus. And pretty much this is the rest of the tutorial. The rest of the tutorial here is the bridge. It goes... And then... Ah. the way, you just need some distortion on. And if you want it to be cleaner, you can just turn your volume down. And as you slowly turn it up, it gets more and more distorted. So listen here. You can hear everything. It's loud, but it's not like crazy fuzzy. Like, but if I go, versus. And this thing here, this toggle, if you put it all the way down, it's going to be more distorted. But if you put it all the way up and you turn the volume down, it's going to be nice and soothing, kind of. Versus if I put this switch down, I turn this all the way up, I go. And so now we get to the embellishments, and the stuff that makes it really fun is... Okay, so that one's good, the chorus. For the verse, I like doing... And then when we get to this, I like doing... And there's two things I'm doing there, and you don't have to do that on every one. Sometimes you can go... But even then I like... That's called vibrato, where you wiggle the note up and down. There's lots of different ways to do vibrato, but the idea that instead of just being... It gets to be... You're kind of making it go in and out of tune rapidly. And so I like that... It kind of has this frenetic energy. It adds a little bit of suspense. And the second thing I'm doing is called a pinch harmonic. I'm not even playing a note right now, but that's my right hand. And you really don't need to do this. But if you have distortion cranked, like if I do this without, I turn it down. It's really quiet. If I go, it sounds cool. And another thing you can do is you can turn your tone knob down. So the one that says volume, if you keep it all the way up, it's distorted. If you turn the tone down, what it does is it kind of takes away some of the harsher frequencies. So and if you move it up here. So you can get all these weird noises out of your guitar. If you just play with the extremes, I really think is a good way to listen to it. And I know it's kind of like I'm just going and doing all these things now, but let me show you the pinch harmonic thing. So I've cranked everything up so it's really easy to hear. It makes a high-pitched noise, but I'm not doing anything different with what notes I'm playing. I'm literally pointing at you using this hand. And when you have distortion, if you literally just move where you're hitting the string, We have reached the advanced part of the video. Anyways, so the way I'm doing that is, you want to move that pick. Remember I was saying it's okay to have your pick like that? It is. But if you want to do pinch harmonics, you choke really, when I say choke on it, I mean like, you make it so the pick is barely poking out from where you're hitting it on the string. So if I'm doing this, you can barely see where the pick is. You can barely see. It's barely poking out. And so that when I hit this, I'm gonna hit the string with the pick, and immediately after my thumb is going to, the skin of my thumb is going to snag the string. And the way I kind of like to think about it, like starting out, is think about I'm putting my hand on the guitar and I'm just flipping it up. Kind of like, instead of a normal pick where you're like up, down, up, down, up, down, or kind of like trying to hug the string, like, whether you're going down or you're going up or you're alternating. Usually when you're picking, you want to use as little energy as possible and kind of be loose. So what you want to do is, it's a good idea starting out, or at least for me it was, to try and like barely, if here's the string, barely have the pick cross the string and before it goes back to the other side, and just kind of hug the string. And as you go a little bit faster, you'll kind of slip off the string either way. But if you start by just really trying to hug the string and gently go back and forth, and then you slowly try and go a little bit faster, like, and I'm literally just looking, I'm just looking right now at my guitar and at the string, and I'm just like, let me do it up here. And then I'm just like, and then as I go faster, I think, loosen my wrist, get slower, or get looser, get easier, get more relaxed, and try and hug the string more, and just try and barely go over. We're coughing in this tutorial. Mark, I'm filming! I know. Did you feed the dog? No! Okay. Anyways. So right there, what I'm doing is I'm doing the first note, and then I'm doing the pinch harmonic when I hit the second note. Anyways, there's tons of videos on that, but I like doing the... And you don't need to do the... And what I'm doing there is I'm deadening the strings with my left hand and just hitting on rhythm like a... I'm hitting a rhythm to kind of add what a drum would be doing, just so I can keep myself on track. Oh, I didn't tell you to do vibrato. So you put your finger, you hit the note, and you can either think about shaking your wrist, you can wiggle the guitar, you can do whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. You just find a way that kind of works. I like to maybe like bend here at my finger. Or actually, you know what I do? I do is I put my... Actually, no, look here. So I'm still doing this thing where I'm pinching with the thumb, and then here I'm trying to press down. Let me see. There you go. You can see that? There you go. So you can see there's my thumb. There's what I'm doing. I think I'm literally just bending at my knuckle here or something. It's like, ah! If you do it for a while, it kind of starts to get sore. Wow! It's important to have fun. You see how I'm learning this song and I'm having fun. Now, as a beginner, you're going to do that. And as an intermediate, you're probably going to be like, I need to sit there and just practice this over and over until I get good. And you do. But once you are kind of able to like move around. Ah. You just have fun. It doesn't even have to sound good. What was that? It was fun. I don't know, okay? Okay, so now you probably want to know I played the guitar solo on the bridge. So it does this thing where it goes. And I'm doing pinch harmonics and throwing them in because I like them. And you can just, honestly, I'll just show you. So it's going 7, 9, 10, 7. And so this is on your second and then your third string. Now, some people might call this the fifth and fourth string because they go from the highest string down. I don't. I think it's stupid. And so I'm not going to tell you that way. So you understand, because we're only playing this string. This is the first string, so it's the lowest string. This is the next string, so it's the next one when we're looking down at it. We see this one first, then we see the next one, then we see the next one. So on the second string, we're going 7, 9, 10. So we're skipping the 8th fret, and then we're going 9, 10. So we do la, and you kind of wait for a second, and then you go 9, 10, 7 on the next string, on the 4th string, or the 3rd. You know what I mean, it's the next one. And the way you pick. And then this thing is called a trill. Where I hit it once, but I have to do this hammer-on pull-off. Hammer-on is when you go, you hit a note, and you don't pluck the next note. You pluck the first note, but then you hammer your next finger onto the next note. And a pull-off is the exact same thing, where you go, it's just in reverse. I hit the first note, and then I pull the finger off to make the second note come out. So if I go, we go. So a trill is doing both. And so with trills, if you do them for a while, it gets really painful. They sound better with distortion, so i.e. turned everything up and put this down as far as it goes. This is called your pickup selector. This doesn't sound as good as... I haven't picked in forever, and my hand's not particularly strong at doing this, but just because I have distortion sounds better than if I go up. You see what I'm saying? I gotta keep it fun for me. So, 7, 9, 10, 7, 10, and then you go. So you can do. Or you can do 12 instead of 7 up here. You can do. And then you hit 5 on that string. So. Or you can hit 10 on the lowest string immediately after the trill. So you hammer on twice. You hit da 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 do second time, and then you pull off and you land and hit the next note. And then he goes. And then you hit 7 again. And then you go up here and you go. So you can either do it, you can do it. So you see I'm moving my right hand, so I'm playing the same riff. I'm trying to give you some options. I'm playing it in different places, and when I play it here, because I like, even if I don't pinch harmonics, so I'm hitting on the second highest string I'm pulling off, I'm hitting it, and then I'm pulling off, I'm hitting 8th fret, and then I'm pulling off to the 7th fret, and then I'm striking on the string lower, the 9th fret, so it's 8, 7, 9, and then you're making that jump, so it's pluck on the 8, pull off, and then 9. And you da-da-da-da-da-da, and then I hit the 8 on the last one, and I like doing a pinch harmonic on the last one. Or you can do all on the same string if you like doing things like this. If this feels more comfortable, you can try this. 12, 11, 9, 12, 11, 9, 12. And that's on this string. So not the top 2 and not the bottom 3, the other one. So. I don't like it as much. But you can also do 12, 11, and then hit 14 on the string lower. So instead of hitting, you can hit this. So you can go. But once again, to make that pinch harmonic happen, if I'm playing on this string, I'm like hitting here, versus when I was doing it on this string, I was going up here to do the pinch harmonics to get them to sound good. If I go, it's harder to hit them. But if I'm on this string, I need to be down here. So you can see there's all these things. And now, like Eddie Van Halen, he would have his hand up here doing stuff. Some people put their hands on the strings. It doesn't really matter where you do it, as long as it feels good to you and can get the right sound. So it's. So you play it twice, and then you hit the 9th fret on the 2nd string, second lowest. And then here is where we get to something called the minor pentatonic scale. It's a scale that most guitar solos use. The shape of the scale, if we look here, I'm going to do it down here. It's called pentatonic because it has 5 notes. Pent. Pent is the Greek word for 5. Tonic means, I think it means like note or something. It means tone, right? So it's 5 tones, basically. And you might be saying, well, you're hitting more than 5 different frets, which is true. But after I hit 5 different frets, they all start being repeats of the same original 5 notes. They're just higher versions of the notes. So this is, if this was not in C standard but normal E standard, this would be F sharp, and then the 5th fret would be A, and then it would be B, and then it would be C sharp, and then it would be E. But then you go, oh wait, I keep going, it's F sharp again, which was the first note, and it becomes A again, and it becomes B again, and then it becomes C sharp again, and then it becomes E again, and it keeps going on forever. So it's only 5 notes, it's whatever. So here we're playing that scale, but up here, oh, I'll tell you what the notes are, the fret numbers. 2, 5, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 5. And in this case, you need to know 7. But basically it's 2, 5, then it's 2 4 2 4 2 4 2 5 2 5. I'm gonna say that again. Every single string you hit 2, and then you just on the first one you hit 5, the rest of them you hit 4, and then the last 2 you hit 5. So that's kind of the way I think about it. Now up here for the solo, when you get from here, this is 0, right? I'm playing the 0th fret to speak on every string. Here, I'm playing the 12th fret on every string. So that's kind of an octave, what they'd say. It's the exact same notes, except higher, right? The same way, 2nd fret on the lowest string and 4th fret, 2 strings up, is the same note, just higher. If you go a whole 12 frets up, you go from 0 to 12, it also is the exact same notes, the exact same shapes, just higher. Likewise, this 2 5 2 4 2 4 2 4 2 5 2 5 7 shape works the same as if it's 14 17 14 16 14 16 14 16 14 17 14 17 19. So now here's the solo. You go 9 on the what would be your A string, your 2nd lowest string, and then you go. So okay, so it's 2 main patterns. It's so you're going to play this thing 4 times. I'm just walking down the scale 4 notes at a time and then repeating. So it's literally just, and it's kind of hard to actually play up here, so sometimes instead of pressing your thumb against one side of the guitar, you actually press your whole kind of like palm when you get up here, because it might be easier to do that. And so what you're doing on the last note before you restart is, and then you're going. You're bending the note up. So oh, so here's what you're doing too. You need a nose. You're gonna hit down. You're gonna go down that way with your pick, and then you're gonna go up once, literally. For these 2 notes, you're just gonna pull off. Remember we talked about pull-offs earlier? So I'm going to hit it here. I'm going to strike the note going up on this string, and then pull it off to hit the next note. And then I'm going to also pull up. So if you look at my right hand, I'm going down and then up twice. Down, 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 down. And this last part is just, it's a trill. So you go, and so, so you hammer on twice from 12 or 14 to 16, and so you hit it once. So it's da-da-da, and then you do this thing. You go down a fret from 14 to 13, and you do 13, 14, and then you lay and you do 13, hammer onto 14, pull it off again. So, and then you hit 16 on the string lower. So that's And so you do. I kind of like bending it out of tune. It kind of makes it sound more wild. And then you go. And you can kind of do what you want after a certain point there. But the way I like doing it, and this is all the way I like doing it, is going to be. So you're going to hit 14 here, and then you're going to put your finger on 17 on the same string, second highest, so 14, and then 17, you're instantly going to bend it up. And then you're going to, while bending, so you're going to hit on the highest string 14. So you're going to go 14 on the second highest string, 17, bending up, and then you're going to hit, while you're still bending, 14 on the highest string, and then you're going to hit, while it's still bent, that note. And ironically, not ironically, but you're supposed to be bending it up so that it sounds like the same note. And then you're going to do this. So you're pulling off from 19 to 14. And then you're doing the same thing with another finger from 17 to 14 on the highest string. And so you can just hit. And then you're going to land at some point at 17 here. Now I like doing it. Wait, what do I like doing? Wait, what? So. And I'll bend up on the last one, but literally just doing that pull off from 19 to 14. I'm hitting once, and then same thing, 17 to 14. Hitting second time, and then just hitting 17 on the lowest string. And then on the last one, I'll bend up. So that goes. And you can count how many it is if you play with the song. Go, oh, it's that many. And then, what is it? Yeah. Yeah. Ah. And then you have this kind of like second to last riff for the solo. So you're doing that pull off from, now on the second highest string, 17 to 14. So you're hitting once, and then you hit 16 on the last string, or on the next string lower. You go. And then you do the exact same thing, except you're just doing 15 pulling off to 14. and hitting, once again, 16 on the string below. So 17, pull off to 14, 16, and then 15, pull off to 14, 16, and you repeat that a couple times. So you do it twice, and then you do hammer on from 14, 15, and you instantly pull off, and then you hit 16. So it's both of those patterns together. Do that twice, and then you go. Okay. This last shape is a hammer on from 13 to 14, twice, and then you hammer on 16, and then you hit 14 on the string above. So you do it twice, and then you do hammer on, pull off, and then land on 16 on the string below. So. And then back to the chorus. That's the whole song. Now, if you want to recap, just so 5, 0, move up a string, 3, 2, 3, back down for 2 hits on 3, 3, 3, and then back up again, 5, 3, 5, 5, 3, 5, and then do the same thing, 5, 0, up a string, 3, 2, 3, down a string for 2 hits on 3, 3, 3, and then you do 5, 5, up a string again, 5, 5. So. And you can let it ring out on the last one. And then the verses 5, 3, 3, 5, 5. On the, you go up a string, obviously. And then 5, 3, 3, 5, 3. And I recommend doing the vibrato. And then you hit 5, and you just repeat that. And then the pre-chorus is 5, 3, 2, 0. Palm mute, where you put your palm on the string. And just hitting the open lowest string, so 5, 3, 2, 0. Palm mute, 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 palm mute. 5, power chord, 3, 2, 0. And then 2 hits on 5, 5 on the second string. And then a low hit on the low string. And then 3 power chord on the second string. So 2 hits of 5, low string, 3. So you can either see, once again, I'm having just fun. You can loop a part you want to practice, right? So. Or then you do. So you can loop things. So if you just want to practice the first part, and then you can add things to it. Anyways, yeah, so that'll do it for this tutorial. If you like this song, you like this band, go to witchfindergeneral.net. I own the website. I run the website, witchfindergeneral.net. And comment, like, subscribe, share this tutorial, come back to it. There's a reason I said everything I said. It's so that you can learn everything, you can know everything. You're not going to leave this tutorial like, I don't know what to do, I don't know how to do it. Kind of gave you how I'm doing it. I'm working on a cover of this song. I'll put that out probably soon. And then, yeah, if you'd like some more covers, anything like that, like, comment, subscribe. Tell me in the comments what you want to see. Also, I have a website called newrockdynasty.com where bands can make free fan clubs for their bands or for their fans. They can sell merchandise. They can do whatever they want. It's entirely free. It's a place away from the algorithms. If you're a music fan, you're learning guitar, you just want to talk to other people about music, and you don't want to have, like, you know, like Reddit or some of these other places or Instagram. A lot of these places, they only show you the things that are the most outraged or that scare you or make you feel bad because it gets a response out of people. We don't have an algorithm. We don't do that. If you want to talk to people and people like what you're saying, they'll follow you and they'll see everything you say. There's no, I got shadow banned, or it's not showing my post to my friends. Everything's there. So if you want to do that, you want a place to talk to people, it's for free. Rock community, go there. You want to actually have like a website for your band, but you don't have to pay a bunch of money or know how to code. Go there, just make an account, and you can click create group, and then you call it my band, whatever. My band's Black Licorice. This is our song Down the Drain. Go check it out. It's awesome. It sounds like early Arctic Monkeys. And let me know if there's any tutorials or songs that you'd like to hear or see in the future. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.